When night falls over Singapore, the city doesn't sleep. It shines. Neon lights dance across glass towers, steam rises from sizzling woks, and the air hums with the scent of chili, garlic, and charcoal smoke. This is where flavors collide. Malay, Chinese, Indian, and Peranakan, all blending together to create one of the world's most vibrant food scenes. From satay stalls glowing under the skyline to hawkers flipping noodles faster than your camera can focus, every corner tells a story of spice, culture, and obsession. The night markets here aren't just about eating, they're about energy. The clang of metal ladles, the rush of crowds, the laughter over plastic tables, and the taste of something so simple yet unforgettable. Tonight, we're exploring Singapore's legendary night markets and hawker centers, from sizzling satay streets to steaming bowls of laksa, and discovering why this tiny island is Asia's biggest flavor powerhouse. Lau Pa Sat, Tekka Ayer Market. At the heart of Singapore's financial district, surrounded by skyscrapers and shimmering lights, stands Lau Pa Sat, a historic food market that transforms into pure magic when the sun goes down. As night falls, the streets outside close to traffic, and the air fills with smoke, laughter, and the irresistible smell of grilled meat. Locals call it Satay Street. Rows of vendors set up their charcoal pits, flames flickering as skewers of beef, chicken, and prawns sizzle over the fire. The sound of crackling meat and clinking plates echoes through the night. Each stick is brushed with a secret blend of spice, caramelized until smoky, and served with rich, nutty peanut sauce that's warm, creamy, and slightly sweet. Beyond the satay, there's everything from fried carrot cake, a savory egg and radish dish, to oyster omelets cooked on giant iron pans, and ice-cold sugarcane juice that cools the heat with every sip. It's the perfect mix of chaos, comfort, and Singapore's unshakable love for food. Location: Lau Pa Sat, Tekka Ayer Market, 18 Raffles Quay, downtown core, Singapore Street. Food prices range from 5 to 15 Singapore dollars, or about 4 to 11 US dollars per dish, depending on the stall and serving size. Newton Food Center. If Lau Pa Sat is Singapore's heartbeat, then Newton Food Center is its soul. Famous around the world, and even featured in Crazy Rich Asians, this open-air hawker paradise is where locals and tourists come together for one thing: unforgettable food under the stars. As you walk through the rows of stalls, you're greeted by the smoky scent of grilled seafood, chili, and garlic. The air hums with the sound of sizzling woks and the chatter of hungry crowds. Every table is a feast waiting to happen. Start with chili crab, Singapore's national treasure, sweet, spicy, and messy in the best way. The crab is cooked in a thick tomato chili sauce, rich with egg and spice, perfect for dipping fried mantou buns. Then there's barbecued stingray, grilled on banana leaves and drenched in sambal chili, smoky and tender with just enough heat to make you sweat. If you're after a true local favorite, grab a plate of oyster omelet, crispy at the edges, soft in the middle, and loaded with briny oysters. Pair it with a tall glass of sugarcane juice or a cold tiger beer, and you've got the taste of Singapore's nightlife in one bite. Location: Newton Food Center, 500 Clemenceau Avenue North. Singapore street food prices range from 6 to 25 Singapore dollars, or about $4.50 to 18 US dollars per dish, depending on what you order and how hungry you are. Chinatown Night Market, Niu Cheishui Yeshi. If there's one place in Singapore that captures the soul of old Chinatown, it's here, Chinatown Night Market. When dusk settles, the narrow lanes between Pagoda Street and Smith Street light up with glowing red lanterns, sizzling woks, and the chatter of street vendors calling out over the hum of the crowd. This is where heritage meets hunger. The air carries the aroma of soy, roasted duck, and fresh noodles being tossed high into the air. One stall might be selling char kway tiao, wok-fried flat noodles with prawns, egg, and a dark, smoky sweetness, while another plates up Hainanese chicken rice, tender poached chicken served over fragrant rice with ginger and chili sauce. You'll find dim sum steamers stacked tall, buns filled with sweet lotus paste, and sugar-dusted peanut pancakes being flipped fresh on the griddle. And for something sweet and refreshing, grab a stick of tanghulu, crystallized candied fruit that sparkles under the lantern light. Location: Chinatown Night Market, Pagoda Street to Smith Street, Singapore Street. Food prices hover between 5 and 15 Singapore dollars, or roughly 4 to 11 US dollars per dish, making it one of the best value foodie spots in the city. Bugis Street Market. Wuji Shi. Welcome to Bugis Street Market, one of Singapore's liveliest and most chaotic night scenes. Here, the city's youth culture collides with its love for street food. Bright neon signs, thumping music, and rows of stalls packed with clothes, trinkets, and snacks turn this place into a sensory overload in the best possible way. As you weave through the crowds, the scent of frying batter and sweet syrup pulls you toward the food stalls. Try Singapore-style ice cream sandwiches, where a block of ice cream is wrapped in colorful bread, a quirky local favorite that's both nostalgic and refreshing. Or grab takoyaki, Japanese octopus balls grilled golden and topped with bonito flakes that dance in the steam. Craving something sweet? Don't miss bubble tea, available in every flavor imaginable, or fried banana fritters dusted with sugar for a crispy sweet crunch. Between bites, you can shop for souvenirs, try on streetwear, and watch the city's pulse beat right before your eyes. Location: Bugis Street Market, Victoria Street, Downtown Core, Singapore Street. Food prices range between 3 and 10 Singapore dollars, or about 2 to 7 US dollars per snack, making it one of the most budget-friendly markets in the city. Maxwell Food Center, Mai Shiwei Shou Shizhongxin. In a city built on food, Maxwell Food Center is sacred ground. By day it's busy, but by night it transforms into a temple of flavor. The air fills with the scent of garlic frying in woks, the hiss of steamers opening, and the chatter of locals who've been eating here for generations. This is where you'll find Singapore's most famous dish, Hainanese chicken rice. Tender poached chicken sliced thin, laid over fragrant rice cooked in chicken broth, and served with chili, soy, and minced ginger. It looks simple, but one bite tells you why it's a national obsession. Light, silky, and bursting with umami. But the story doesn't end there. Maxwell is a melting pot of street food icons. Laksa bubbling with coconut milk and spice, fried Hokkien mee glistening with prawns and calamari, and char siu pork rice caramelized to perfection. Every stall has a line, and every plate tells its own story of heritage and pride. Location: Maxwell Food Center, 1 Kadayanallur Street, Chinatown, Singapore Street. Food prices range from 5 to 12 Singapore dollars, or about 4 to 9 US dollars per dish, depending on what you order and how hungry you are. Geylang Serai Market, Yalong Shunai Yeshu. In the heart of Singapore's Malay community lies Geylang Serai Market, a place where culture and cuisine blend in a burst of color, spice, and sound. By night, it's alive with the rhythm of sizzling grills, the scent of coconut and pandan, and the warm chatter of families sharing meals beneath strings of lights. This is where you'll taste the soul of Malay food. Start with nasi lemak, a fragrant rice dish cooked in coconut milk, served with crispy anchovies, peanuts, sambal chili, and a golden fried egg. Then try satay, smoky skewers of marinated chicken or beef grilled over charcoal and dipped in thick, spicy peanut sauce. You'll also find mee goreng, fiery fried noodles tossed with chili, shrimp, and tomato, and Quay, colorful bite-sized sweets made from rice flour and coconut, soft, chewy, and almost too pretty to eat. During Ramadan, the entire area transforms into a massive festive bazaar, glowing with lanterns, laughter, and aromas that fill the night air. Location: Geylang Serai Market, 1 Geylang Serai, Singapore Street. Food prices range between 4 and 10 Singapore dollars, or roughly 3 to 7 USD per dish, depending on what you choose. Tekka Center, Shaoyin Du Shou Shizhongxin. If Singapore had a heart that beat to the rhythm of spice, it would be Tekka Center. Located in the vibrant district of Little India, this market is a sensory overload in the best way possible, filled with the scent of curry, the clang of metal pots, and the rich color of turmeric, chili, and saffron glowing under fluorescent lights. Here, food isn't just cooked, it's celebrated. Start with biryani, mountains of fragrant rice layered with spiced chicken or mutton, slow cooked until tender and rich with flavor. Every bite carries the warmth of cinnamon, cardamom, and cloves. Then move on to Roti Prata, crispy on the outside, soft inside, and perfect for dipping into bowls of spicy fish curry. For something lighter, try thosai, a thin, crepe-like pancake made from fermented rice batter, served with coconut chutney and lentil dal. And to cool things down, order a teh tarik, Singapore's famous pulled tea, poured from one metal cup to another in a stream of frothy perfection. Location: Tekka Center, 665 Buffalo Road, Little India, Singapore Street. Food prices range from 4 to 12 Singapore dollars, or roughly 3 to 9 USD per dish, depending on what you order. Clarke Quay Riverside Market, Kalamato Yeshur. As the night deepens, Clarke Quay glows like a reflection of Singapore itself, vibrant, modern, and alive with flavor. The river shimmers under colorful lights, music drifts from open-air bars, and the scent of grilled seafood and garlic butter fills the humid night air. This is where food meets nightlife. Along the riverside, you'll find everything from chili crab platters drenched in spicy tomato sauce to sizzling black pepper prawns that burst with heat and aroma. Some stalls serve seafood hot plates, piled high with mussels and clams cooked in rich sambal sauce, while others offer crispy spring rolls, perfect for sharing over drinks. Beyond the food, Clarke Quay is about atmosphere, glasses clinking, laughter echoing, and the glow of the river reflecting off the colorful colonial shophouses. It's the kind of place where dinner slowly turns into midnight stories. Location: Clarke Quay, Riverside Market, 3 River Valley Road. Singapore street food and restaurant prices range between 10 and 30 Singapore dollars, or roughly 7 to 22 US dollars per dish, depending on the stall or riverside restaurant you choose. Singapore at night is a feast for every sense. From the smoky satay stalls of Lau Pa Sat to the glowing riverside at Clarke Quay, this city turns food into an art form. Every corner tells a story of heritage, of flavor, of people who've spent generations perfecting a single dish. Here, Malay spice meets Chinese precision, Indian heat meets Peranakan sweetness, and somehow, it all just works. It's more than just street food. It's a reflection of who Singapore is: diverse, passionate, and always moving forward. As the walks quiet and the lanterns dim, the scent of chili, garlic, and charcoal still lingers in the air. A reminder that in Singapore, food isn't just a meal, it's a celebration, a connection, and the heartbeat of the night. In Singapore, the night isn't the end of the day, it's the beginning of flavor.